Hello, my crafty friends, and welcome back to another YouTube video. This video is an extension to an AECP workshop I did in April. I wasn't going to put this video out because I had the workshop, but I forgot to press record during the workshop, so there was no video for people to look at when done. So I totally apologize about that. I'm a little late getting this video out. It was supposed to be out last week, but due to unforeseen circumstances, I just wasn't able to get there. So let's jump right into it. So you can see here, I've got the products we're going to be using for this workshop laid down here. We'll start with the ornamental lantern layering die. Then I've also got the zero waste wildflower meadow die, one of my favorite zero waste dies. With Altenew, the flowers and the foliage is so beautiful. Now, with those, we're also going to be using the Elegant Flourish 3D embossing folder, as well as the coordinating stencils. Now for cardstock, I've got the Peachy Glow cardstock, as well as some of that jet black cardstock that we'll be using for this workshop as well. Now you can see here, we're going to be using a very small amount of brushed gold. So whatever scrap piece of paper you have for that brushed gold, just grab that. All right, so first thing we're going to do is we are going to emboss our flourish. Please don't mind the relief paste on my embossing folder. That's fine. I just didn't clean it enough and it works fine without it being cleaned. Anyways, I really shouldn't be making excuses, but whatever. So anyways, what you're seeing me do here is I'm setting up my card panel in the embossing folder because I want that flourish to come in on the right side. Now, you can set up your card panel any way you'd like. If you want the flourish to come in on the other side, I mean, you can still set it up like this and just turn your card panel the other way. So it's entirely up to you how you want to do this. I thought it was beautiful this way. All right, once the panel is embossed, I am going to be laying that on my sticky mat. I am going to come in with the coordinating stencils for these flourishes. There are only 3 stencils. Of course, I'll be starting with stencil 1. And for the inks I'm going to be using for these stencils, I'm going to be bringing in the Frosted Foliage Fresh Dye ink set. And for stencil 1, I am going to be using the Silver Sage. The Silver Sage is a really beautiful light green, probably one of my favorite greens out of all of Altenew's greens is the Silver Sage. It is absolutely stunning. So I'm using a little bit more Silver Sage than I normally would, just because I want to make sure that it shows up on this beautiful colored cardstock. Now, I come in with stencil number 2 and I move on to the Jade shade. Oh, I didn't mean that to rhyme, but it does. Anyways, I keep ink blending for that stencil number 2. And once I'm happy with the coverage, I am going to move on to stencil number 3. And with stencil number 3, of course, we're going to be using the eucalyptus color, the eucalyptus shade out of that fresh dye ink set. And that's it. Again, only 3 stencils. I love these colors on this beautiful colored cardstock. All right, so now we're going to move on to the lantern. This is a really quick process. So there's only 3 dies in this set. 2 of them are the main part of the lantern. And then there is the accent pieces, which I am die cutting out of brushed gold cardstock. Now you can see here, I use the jet black cardstock for the 2 main pieces of the lantern. And I'm just coming in with a little bit of cloud white and just trying to make this lantern look a little rustic. There is no pattern here. I'm just dropping the ink where I want to with a blending brush. I do feel like I added maybe a little too much white to this, but it really depends on how you look at it. Now, once you're happy with the amount of white ink you've put on your lantern, it's time to put it together. Now, there are some really, really thin pieces on this lantern. So what I do is I add a little bit of glue to my mat, and then I just drag my lantern over top of that glue. Now, it didn't work as well as I had hoped, so I just come in and pick up some of the glue with a pointer and then bring that glue over in between the two layers and just ensure that they're adhered together. Now, once that's done, I'm going to come in with my brushed gold accent pieces on my lantern. Now, for the handle on the very top, there's really a couple of ways you can adhere it. I like to adhere the handle in between the two layered pieces. You can also just kind of hang it and adhere it to the back. It doesn't matter which one you use. Either way will work just fine. And here is that beautiful lantern. All right, so we'll set that aside and we're going to move on to the Zero Waste Wildflower Meadow die. Now, we're not going to be using all of the die cuts from this die. So you don't have to die cut all of the bits out with an A2 size. You could just do like half the die, but I always set my extra die cuts aside to use in another project. So all I'm doing, I take out all the pieces. I've got a little tray for all of my pieces. Now keep in mind, you want to make sure you get those little bits as well, because those are going to be the centers of our flowers. So what I'm doing is I'm bringing 2 flowers over to my sticky mat of each size. And then I'm bringing in 3 different pieces of branches and leaves. And the first thing I'm going to start with is I'm going to use that beautiful green onyx. Now, if you want to start with a yellow or a very light green and then come in with a dark, you can do that. I mean, the leaves are leaves. I like adding a light color and a dark color just to give it a little bit of depth, a little bit more character when I do my leaves. So if that's what you want to do, you can do that, or you can follow me. Now, the types of yellows I'm using are the Citrus Burst as well as the Fresh Lemon. And again, you could also use a beautiful light green. I'm a big fan of the Pistachio Green. That's a really great light color, almost a little bit of yellow. Now, what you've also noticed is I took that Citrus Burst and I added that to the medium-sized flowers. Now I'm coming in with Strawberry and Dusty Pink, and I'm doing the large flowers, and you could say that layered piece on the large flowers. Now, if you don't want to use the Dusty Pink, because I've made this card a few times, and I've used the Dusty Pink for that smaller piece on the large flower, and I've used Raspberry Sunset. So either way, that's entirely up to you. Now for the centers, you'll notice I come in with a yellow, and I also did a few of the centers green. And once I glued those centers on my yellow flowers, like, I don't know what I was thinking. I hated it. I thought it was awful. So I brought in a couple more centers, and I inked those up with a nice orange type of shade and then just glued them on top of the green ones. So whatever works for you. These are your flowers. This is your card. So if you like the green in the center, you keep that. I did not like it. It just didn't look right to me. Once all of our layers are put together, it's time to start assembling our card. So because this panel was 3D embossed, I am going to trim it down slightly smaller than an A2 card panel and just use some liquid glue to adhere that to some black cardstock to give me that black border. Now I'm going to move on to my sentiment, and I'm just pulling the Happy Birthday sentiment from the Pop-Up Hydrangea stamp set. I absolutely love this Happy Birthday sentiment. I love that it's a solid sentiment, so most of it is black, and I will be trimming it down to that black border area of the sentiment. So now what I'm doing, this actually went on a little longer than what I'm showing you in the video. Because I have an embossed card panel, 3D embossed, what I've done is I have lined up my lantern on my panel where I want it to sit, and I'm only adding Instant Dimension foam tape, and you can see I've got some black fun foam because I don't have my black instant dimension foam tape quite yet when I was creating this project. And I'm only putting the dimension on that lantern where it sits on the non-embossed areas of that panel. And that's just so I don't get any warping of that lantern. I want that lantern to sit flat on my card panel. And if I add instant dimension foam tape to areas of my lantern that sit on those embossed areas, those lift areas, of course, that's going to lift my lantern, and I don't want that. So there was a lot of trial and error as I was figuring out where I'm going to put that instant dimension foam tape. And of course, once that's all done, I'm going to adhere my lantern to my panel. Now we're going to move on to the flowers. So one of the larger branches and leaves die cut from that zero waste die cut, I am adding 3 of the flowers. So one of the large flowers, medium-sized flowers, and then one of the smallest flowers. And I'm just going to tuck that in on the bottom left corner of my lantern. Now, once that's adhered on the bottom area, I'm just taking a little bit of instant dimension foam tape and just adding that to the back of some of those flowers where, again, it sits flush on non-embossed areas on that panel. Now, if it's an embossed area, I'm just going to use a little liquid glue. And now I'm coming in with that second piece of the branches or stem and leaves and adhering that on the lower left. And then I'm coming in with that last branch of leaves. Now you'll notice I have a fourth piece, that little tiny piece of branch and leaves. I'm covering that up. It doesn't need to be there. And that's why I say only 3 pieces. If you wanted to use a fourth piece and add that somewhere else, you're welcome to do that. I just didn't think it was necessary. Now, of course, I figure out where I want to put all of my flowers. I add my sentiment just to the middle left of my card panel. And then that's it. My card is completed. It's a beautiful, simple, happy birthday card. All right, so that is it for this project. I want to thank all of the attendees to my class being so patient with me getting this video out. Again, I do apologize for being so late with this video. I hope that this video inspires you to create something new and unique, and I will see you at the next project.